Hello, hello, and happy Monday. It's a little chilly here in Vegas for me anyhow, so that's why I'm wearing my hat. I'm all bundled up, as you can see. Yeah, that's what it's like here in Vegas. I hope that you had a great weekend. I had a fabulous weekend, although I feel like I didn't get as much done as I had wanted to do, that I had set out. My intention was to do a lot more than what I actually achieved. Uh, that's through no fault but my own. So now I'm playing a little bit of catch up, and that's okay. I can do that. Good morning. My name is Leslie Gaudette, and I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness through their emotional triggers by helping them to learn to spot their triggers, handle their triggers, manage their emotions, and live a more positive life. So it's essential for our emotional well-being for us to set personal boundaries around our relationships, whether it's for our family, our friends, new people we meet, acquaintances, or maybe we're just establishing new relationships with, and even our work colleagues. Personal boundaries are really important because they're our basic guidelines that we've established on how we want to be treated on a day-to-day basis by people that know and love us, like our family and our friends. Hopefully they love you. And also how we want others, meaning new people, or acquaintances, or even our work colleagues, on how they treat us and how we want them to react and respond and behave around us based on our boundaries that we've set, again, around our personal space. Very super important. Setting boundaries will make you feel much more calm and at ease, being able to manage your day. So our personal space, like time, for instance, and that's what's going to segue me into what today's topic is, which is setting boundaries around our time. This one rings so close to home with me because I know how valuable our time is and how sometimes we feel like we just don't have enough of it to go around. Now, we all have the same amount of time every day. Yes, we're all given 24 hours. And yes, we're not all awake for that we're not awake for all of that 24 hours. Some of us are awake for a lot longer than others, and that's really just based on your personal working, the way that you are wired. And so it's like, how do you manage that time? And it's, now if you're having a hard time, let's say, setting your boundaries around your time, maybe you need to start asking yourself some questions like, why is this happening to you? So question number one could be, maybe you're a people pleaser. So are you a people pleaser? Always worried about what it is that you can do for others? Do you worry about what others think about you? Like, do you worry all the time about how others look at you, how they perceive you, what they think of you? Do you put everyone else first and you're last on the totem pole and you get the crumbs if there's even any left over for you? Or maybe you just feel selfish for even thinking about yourself, putting yourself on your own VIP list and doing for you like you do for everyone else and setting boundaries around your time. Maybe you think that by doing for others, that's your way of doing for you. Like you're looking after you by showing up for others, doing the best that you can for others. But here's the thing, I differ on that and here's why. I feel like treating yourself as a VIP and giving to you and doing for you like you do for everyone else, like how you show up for everyone else, and how setting boundaries around your time is essential so that you can be that best version of you, is you're going to feel these emotions. I'll give you an example. You can feel happier just by showing up for you and putting yourself on that list by setting boundaries. How about this? Nicer to people. I know it might look like chicken scratch up here, but nicer to people. You treat people more kindly. How about this? Less irritable. So you're not snapping at everyone because you feel like you're giving all of you to other people. And because you're less irritable and resentful, how about this? less, let's like cross that out. I need to slow down my writing, sorry guys. Less resentful. And now, because of that, you are more willing to give. To give more freely of yourself, to give more of your time. You won't have resentment towards others because you're not feeling like you're being taken advantage of. And by setting boundaries around your time is you're showing that yourself that you love yourself. Because guess what? Self-love, which is this week's topic, is important, after all, to being able to show up for others, as the best version of you, but showing up for the best version of you for yourself so that you can be that best version of you for other people, right? Really and super important. So again, setting boundaries around our time, very important. We don't do that often. I had to learn the hard way, and a lot of that came from my planner. So I use a planner. I don't know how you navigate your weeks, your days, your weeks, your months, your hours, but I have a planner and I love it. I live by it. And I need that because I have to set appointments. I know what my time is for getting, maybe going out and networking with other people, meeting with other people, just having coffee dates with friends, setting up calls, setting up workshops, doing the things that I need to do. I have to see that. I need to see what my time looks like. But then I also need to learn as well. I've had to learn how to set boundaries around that time. So if I've got boundaries, if I've got time set for like workshops and coaching, one-on-ones, and doing, just other, things like going to maybe coaching with a coach, or maybe I have webinars that I want to hop on and learn and listen and learn from, or maybe there's time for me, which I also highly recommend that you have, which is a non-negotiable for me every day. But also setting boundaries around the time that I give to other people outside of my business is also very important. It's crucial that I don't want to feel like I'm overwhelmed. And overwhelmed can be a huge trigger. When you are overwhelmed, your emotions, they go crazy. So for me, I've learned that setting those boundaries around my time for my personal space has been so much more, it's been so much more rewarding for me with my time that I set, because I've allowed myself to look and see where can I really fit certain things in? Does it fit in with what I'm trying to accomplish right now? If it doesn't, maybe I have to move it out to a bit later. And I've had to learn to say no. Because saying no to something is saying yes to me, saying yes to myself. Saying yes to setting your boundaries for your personal space, for your time, is so important. You want to be able to show up as the best version of you every day. And if you feel stressed and overwhelmed by your time not being well managed, then you are not going to be that person that's happier. You're not going to be that person that's nicer to others. You're not going to be less irritable. You're going to find yourself more irritable. You won't be willing to give of yourself to others, and you will start resenting other people for taking that time from you, which is so precious to you, right? So that's really important, is knowing that you might think it's being selfish to put yourself on your own VIP list and actually, setting that boundary around your own time for your personal space for your time. But if you're not doing that, how can you show up as that best version of you, not only for yourself, but for others? Because you're going to start feeling those feelings of resentment. And through those feelings of resentment, you also can start feeling overwhelmed. And then you start maybe saying and doing things that you don't want to. So that's why I started my group. As you can see in the title above, like in the notes above, I've got the link to getting access to leveling up your emotional awareness around your triggers. The group is called Manage Your Triggers VIP Academy, where you will learn how to spot triggers, which of course we all know what some basic triggers are. Could be like the anniversary date of loss or trauma. Maybe it's overwhelm, which is one I've talked about today. or it could even be family friction. So those are just a couple, but we have these things that we deal with daily, and these triggers on top of that have triggers of their own, which then trigger our emotions. The triggers fuel our emotions then drive our responses, the things that we do and say, and they can either be positive or negative. So that's why I started the group, so that you could become part of a community where you, number one, don't feel alone going through it by yourself. You have other people who are like-minded, like you, who are looking to figure out what it is about their triggers that's making them emotionally show up the way they are and responding the way they are. Being part of the community also allows you to be able to lean on each other for support, encouragement, and we uplift each other. Then through accountability, there will be worksheets that will be provided to you from me. I will go live and explain to you, which I just did an hour ago, almost 2 hours ago. I went live on my group for this week's worksheet, and it just to give them an idea of what the intention is, what I want them to do, because again, it's you doing the work, showing up for you so that you become self-aware around your own triggers and emotions and responses, right? Because if you do not learn to manage this piece here, you will continuously be on this cycle, which is on repeat every day, sometimes multiple times a day, and you will allow yourself to be emotionally triggered to the point where you will react and respond on autopilot, and it will always be the same outcome unless you become aware around it. Typically, most of the time when we are triggered, our emotions are more taking us down the road to negative responses, right? I know for me, learning how to navigate this cycle has been game-changing, and I want that for you. I've helped others achieve this. And again, it's not like it's a one-stop fix-all. This is something you have to do daily, but allowing yourself to step into that self-awareness for yourself and learning to navigate this cycle daily is going to help you be able to live that life that you want to live and love the life that you're living. So again, through accountability, there will be worksheets for you to do where you will have something to do weekly to help you level up in your mindset so that you can become more self-aware around your triggers, and then learning to manage your emotions based on your triggers. There will be challenges. I'm super excited to be going live on Thursday for next month's challenge. So at the end of every month, I will give you the challenge for the following month, and there will be prizes. I'm super excited. I've already got those prizes picked out, so it's going to be really great. And so that is where you will be stretching yourself outside of your comfort zone to stretch your mental comfort zone. And this is through a monthly challenge. And last but not least, you will have access to me. Not only will you have access to me, and you need to DM me to ask me any questions based around, the challenges or around the worksheets, if something you just don't completely understand, even through the video tutorial, which I go over the worksheet. If maybe you just need further clarification, you can DM me personally and I will get back to you. But also you will have access to me weekly on Thursdays. I would go live for live Q&A Thursday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so you can ask me anything. So you are getting one-on-one coaching. If you participate, you are getting coaching from me at no cost to you. Again, this group is free. It doesn't cost you anything except it costs you just for you. You're paying yourself by becoming part of the group, because then you're learning all of these things, these tools that you can take into your daily life, these strategies to help you level up in your own self-awareness. So you get all of that free. So if you are interested, if this is you, that you need more, you need a group to belong to, you need a community to belong to, then join. It is a private group, so just click on the link, ask to join. And again, as I said, you get community, people who are going to be there to uplift and encourage and support you. Me, I'm going to be uplifting, encouraging, supporting you. Accountability, you're going to learn how to expand your mental comfort zone, and live Q&A with me. So I hope this was helpful today. I only ask that you help me to help others by sharing my video. If you have any questions, DM me. I'd love to hear from you. If there's something that you really want me to talk about, there's a topic that you just something you're dealing with and it's a topic that you want to hear more on. Maybe you don't want to say, you don't want it to be around you, but it's a topic that you're interested in hearing more of, then just DM me or even put in the comments that it's a topic you're interested in hearing more about, and I will be sure to deliver. Again, I really appreciate that you hop on. I love to serve you, my community. I love getting on here live every day and helping you get more self-awareness around this cycle, the trigger cycle, and how you can become more self-aware around your own triggers and your emotions so that you are driving, your emotions aren't in the driver's seat, rather the other way around, where you are managing your emotions so your responses are more positive. And I hope today that you navigate your day with an attitude of gratitude, because with the right attitude, you're putting yourself in the right mindset so that whatever life throws at you today, based on a trigger that happens to you today, when you emotionally respond, you're able to at least be more aware of that, and you can hopefully be the one in the driver's seat of your emotion, driving that response to be more positive and get back to what's important today, which is you living your life. So I hope that that this was helpful for you. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to me. My name is Leslie Godet. I'm an empowerment coach. I help my clients learn to spot their triggers. So I help them achieve self-awareness around their triggers so they can handle their triggers, manage their emotions, and live a more positive life. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. And don't forget, click on the link and join the group. Talk to you soon. Bye.